Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. I appreciate us being here. The coronavirus pandemic has punched us in the face. It's attacked our health, and it's attacked our economy and our jobs. Businesses have been forced to lay people off. Schools have been closed. And at times, I've seen the best of Congress. I've seen us come together, Democrats and Republicans, the Trump administration, to provide for the CARES Act, to provide needed relief to those who were in pain through no fault of their own. In fact, I got in my car in Janesville, Wisconsin, loaded up with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and drove here to Washington, D.C. to get that bill across the line. Now's the time to focus in on targeted relief. Relief to those people who are still in pain due to the result of the coronavirus pandemic. But that's not what we're doing here today. Today, I'm seeing what's the worst of Congress, which is partisan politics that's not addressing solutions and isn't getting the job done. We should be talking about economic recovery. We should be talking about how we safely reopen schools. We should not be wasting our time talking about a bill that will never become law. We're here today to discuss a partisan bill that already passed the House and will never go anywhere in the Senate. Members of this committee have called it, quote, Washington gamesmanship. They've called it party politics. It was described as a waste of time. And those are the Democrats on this committee. Those are the Democrats on this committee saying those words. The American people need us to target relief, but my colleagues want us to revisit ideas and bail out states across this country, like Illinois, that were in terrible fiscal shape before the pandemic even hit. This terrible bill provides $1 trillion for states and local governments, the recipients of which will be able to spend pretty much on whatever they want, included their bloated state budgets. That means supporters of this bill are asking hardworking taxpayers, folks in the state of Wisconsin, to pay for decades of mismanagement in states like Illinois. I'm not going to let it happen. No Wisconsinite should pay for the horrendous spending decisions made by other states, in particular the state to our south. Before the pandemic, Illinois had the worst bond rating of any state, just one notch above junk status. The state hasn't had a balanced budget since 2001. So I'm shocked that states like Illinois would like to be bailed out for their horrendous spending decisions before the pandemic even began. This bill spends taxpayers' hard-earned money on left-wing wish lists that seem to have no connection to the coronavirus. Here's the bill, 1,800 pages. We can go in. Let's dive into the bill and see what we find. You can get in there, page 1,679. Environmental justice grant programs. Are you kidding me? I support environmental conservation, but why are we discussing environmental justice grants when American workers need jobs so they can feed their families? And we're having this discussion here in the House Financial Services Committee. This is a terrible bill, a $3.4 trillion liberal wish list that's already passed the Democratic-led House. It requires folks in Wisconsin to bail out states like Illinois. It has spent billions and billions of dollars on members' pet projects, and it would harm our economic recovery. We should not be using this committee's precious and limited time to relitigate a bill that's going nowhere. This committee should focus on how we help people who have been negatively impacted by the coronavirus. We should be working on solutions, working to come together, having the best of Congress where we address problems and reach solutions. I think we need to stop the partisan messaging and politics that we see far too often in the House of Representatives and get to work. I yield back.